Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? I'm actually calling in uh in a sense praise report, but we're not to the full praise report yet. But I know I've had a lot of kind people in my life help me pray for my oldest son, Gabriel. Um I ask you to continue in prayer for him, please. We That's what I'm doing right now is I'm calling in prayer warriors. Please help pray for my boy. He's right now he's going through it. I recently found out, praise God, my older brother is helping. But if you would just pray for my boy. Uh God knows this is what you call unspoken. Like, I don't have to give details. I don't have to give circumstances or anything like that. But I ask that you continue your prayer for my son, and if not, begin to pray for my son, Gabriel. He is a very special child to me. Gabriel was given to me at the age of 16. I was very scared. I'll be honest, I was not happy during my pregnancy. It wasn't that I wasn't happy about my baby. I was scared. And I understood, but at the same time, I was happy during my pregnancy. I went through a lot of emotions because I understood that now something something was coming into the world that relied on me, and I wasn't to be, I had to grow up overnight, and I understood that at a very young age. So it's not that I didn't want him. I wanted him, but I was scared because I went through a lot. Like, and I knew the home that I was in was not a home for my baby. And I ended up, me and his father had a job at Arby's, and we got our own apartment. It was a little hole in the wall, but it was our own little place. And, and Gabriel is a very special child to me. He's very special, and I praise God for him because when Gabriel came along, Gabriel gave me a reason to live. So I put up, and like back then, that's when, even before I knew Jesus, I knew that witchcraft around my son was not okay. So I packed up I just had it was the inner wisdom. It was my spirit man within me leading me to do right with my baby. And I packed up all the tarot cards, put them in the closet, all my witchcraft books. I can still remember that. I also remember I went to a pregnant school, and the teachers, they loved his name. And he was the only one that had the name Gabriel. Everybody else was like Sharando, Isobando, all these big names. But Gabriel, I picked out Gabriel's name when I was 13 from the movie Prophecy. Now I know as a Christian that Gabriel the Archangel has always been like my best friend. He's always surrounded me, but until recent timing have I really acknowledged it. It wasn't my time to, God's had to work with me to make sure we do right. So like I said, you got to be careful when you communicate with angels. You need to go to Jesus and ask him to teach you. Okay? But Gabriel's named after the Archangel Gabriel. hmm And I thought, and the way Gabriel was always presented to me was a darker angel. And I always liked I was always attracted to, like, darkness for some reason. But now I know, even as God's child, what's the dark without the light, and what's the light without the dark? You know what I mean? So there's beauty in all of it. But, yeah, I love that boy. And he has not had an easy life, and it's not his fault. It's never been his fault. And he's one of the most sweetest and tenderest kids there. I mean, he's like an adult now, but I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of that boy, and I love him so much. And it breaks my heart to know the emotions that he went through. And to be honest, I found out when I moved here, I didn't, I lacked in the mothering department of my talk to him. And apparently he registered that because I sat there and said, but I said it in a different way, and I understood it, but my baby didn't. That there was nothing in Georgia for me anymore. And of course, It wasn't referring to him. But my baby, apparently, that's what people told me. But those are sources I've learned to be really careful and trusting what they say. But it was a really quick move when I had to move. Like, it had to be done, so I couldn't give my time to think. And Gabriel already made the choice, to move with his dad. And I told him, it's like, I'm not going to take you to court to fight with who you want to be with. I wouldn't do that to you. If you want to go to your dad, you can go to your dad. I honor your request. But enough of that. It's not about me. It's about my son. And I ask that you lift my son up in prayer, and that you help fight off the evil. And he deserves everything he wants in life. He deserves that. Gabriel's an extraordinary guitarist with a kind heart. He's been given a heart of gold. He was my angel when he was born, and he still is. And but he deserves the best that this world has to offer, hands down, because he is good for it. He even said, God gave me peace. And I hope, like, if you're going through some stuff with your kids, understand this. When I met Jesus, it was really hard for me. It's always been like a hole in my heart when my baby's away. And when I got him back, I was in a bad relationship, and there's no excuse. But anyways, God gave me peace. He had a sister, and the poor girl, that they were walking, and long story short, 70%, I think it was 70% of her scalp was removed by a dog. Gabriel was like 8 years old. He saved that little girl's life. If it wasn't for Gabriel being there, that little girl wouldn't be with us now. When he had enough time to run off, he saw the dog. It was a Rottweiler. Pick up his daughter, pick up his sister, shake her head, or I think it was, I don't know what kind of dog it was, honestly. Can't remember. But yeah. And God gave me that peace. Was like, Shayna, do you realize that little girl would have died if it wasn't for your son? You have given birth to an angel, and she would have died. But it took from, he ran to get help. He had to find somebody to get help. The dog was latched on, shaking her. When the cops got there, the dog was still latched on, shaking her. Mm-hmm. So that always gave me peace of heart for Gabriel. That now it's time for Gabriel to be able to do what it is he wants to do with his life and to excel. And I ask that you please send him extraordinary amounts of blessings. He is divinely protected and guided, and I've seen that, like, with the phone call I got. But please continue prayer for my boy. Of course, I would like him to come home and just finish out schooling here, because it is a wonderful community that I'm at. And I have, God placed me here for healing, But even if not, he's with my family, and I'm thankful for that. But I would really like, to spend the last years of high school with him, and I would really like that. And, to help him get situated as an adult, him and his friends, they got a band. They do very well. I'm so proud of these kids. Like, they do very well. But yeah, thank you. I pray for yours as you pray for mine. Yeah.